Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to get into La Niña and what it means for the rest of the hurricane season. The most active time of the hurricane season is coming up pretty soon. That would be August, September, and October. Now, La Niña, what it means during the hurricane season, it means less wind shear. And we're transitioning into that La Niña pattern. It's just a global weather pattern. Wind shear is good during the hurricane season. Those are kind of crazy winds up high that knock the thunderstorm tops off of developing tropical storms and hurricanes. So we like wind shear when it comes to these systems. Unfortunately, La Niña means less wind shear, so the conditions are more conducive for the rain storms, the tropical storms and hurricanes to really build up. And since we have that, that usually means more hurricanes. Doesn't mean we're necessarily going to get hit by a hurricane, although we already have. We had to deal with Alberto and Chris in the Bay of Campeche, and of course, Beryl. Don't need to go into that any further, just how destructive Hurricane Beryl was. But less wind shear is not a good thing. A La Niña pattern typically means busier seasons, and I do expect that. But the question still is, how strong will this La Niña be? Well, this is June, July, August. This was issued in July. This covers what we had last month into this month and the upcoming month. But as we work our way into July, August, September, October. You see here September, October, November, just to give you the what we're seeing here on this chart. Now, the blue shading, that is La Niña. So as we get into August, September, and October, right here, we're going to have La Niña conditions. They are going to be with us. We're kind of neutral right now, just transitioning into La Niña. Now, a stronger La Niña would be worse, but usually it takes a little while for La Niña really to kick in. But overall, the end of the hurricane season, kind of the midpoint of it, and the end, we are going to be locked into a La Niña pattern. And that is not necessarily a good thing, but there's still a lot of other variables to watch. Now, one of the things I'm watching too is not just the less wind shear, but the water temperatures. You see, here's the Gulf of Mexico, back through the Caribbean. The water temperatures, this orange shading you're seeing here, or yellow shading, those are above average water temperatures. And this is the same case in the open waters of the Atlantic off the coast of Africa, where these systems move across. So one of the big concerns are the water temperatures. And you see those numbers now, some spots running 30, 31 degrees Celsius around. That's about 86 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So very warm water. So La Niña and the very warm water, not a good combination. And that's why we saw a system like Beryl, such a big, powerful system, early in the season. Now, with that said, the biggest ingredient for the hurricane season is the heat content. And I've been talking about that a lot, and that's why Beryl got so strong. These brighter colors in here, that is the area of high heat content right back through the Gulf of Mexico. That is warm water, and warm water that goes well down. So as a hurricane moves across it, or a tropical storm moves across it, just churns up more warm water, and the warm water fuels these things. Point being, if we get a system that crosses these very hot pockets, well, that's where we could see rapid intensification, just like we had with Beryl. So yeah, the ingredients aren't great for the rest of the hurricane season, but we still need to see where these things go. If things stay away from these very warm water areas, these areas of high heat content, that would be a great thing. Plus, there's variables like dust. Dust is kind of at its peak right now, and then that will start to relax. But you still get periods of dust and dry air, so it'll be a wait and see. We need to see the steering conditions. So we've had three named systems. We've been in a lull, so to speak, over the last a week or so, and I expect that over the next about week or so, because of the dust and dry air, the next name on the list will be Debbie, and then Ernesto after that. So La Niña, the water temperatures, the heat content, not great, but let's just take it storm by storm, and we need to see the other variables that come into play, and I've got you covered right here on this channel. Now back to what's going on now. One tropical wave that's moved by Jamaica, making its way toward western Cuba into Central America again. And I'm keeping an eye on some of this moisture here as we work our way into the open waters of the Atlantic. Some of this will try to clip us by Guyana over toward Trinidad and Tobago as we go over the next few days. And we have a couple more tropical waves out there. Not seeing any signs of development out of these, but as I showed you in yesterday's video, the models are hinting at some stronger tropical waves late month into next month. We're really going to see things flip over in August. and become more active, which is typical. We expect August to be active, but the concerns are the less wind shear out there and the high heat content that I just showed you. That's why I wanted to show you some of the ingredients that I'm watching in play as we get deeper into the hurricane season. But watching these areas of rain that we've had a couple showers passing by parts of the ABC Islands, watching a few more popping up. So this is today, and you see some areas of rain, scattered showers possible. We've already had that northern and central Bahamas. Watching out for scattered areas of rain. Costa Rica and Panama, still a good chance of rain. And Trinidad and Tobago, not a guarantee we get rain, but we're going to see this moisture nearby, even by tomorrow. Once again, Costa Rica, parts of Panama, watching out for some heavy areas of rain. You get near northeastern Venezuela, Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia, a few spotty showers. And then working our way through the week, lots of rain building in the Gulf of Mexico. I'll keep an eye out for any signs of development, not seeing that now, but you see some extra rain Wednesday into Thursday. Watch this as those tropical waves I showed you in the Atlantic start to move in. You can see some surges of moisture by the time we get into Thursday. This here Thursday afternoon could see some heavier rain in parts of the southeastern Caribbean, watching near Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines, and then scattered storms Jamaica, parts of Cuba, and still Panama, Costa Rica, lifting up toward Honduras and Nicaragua. It's going to be a little wetter. So the end of the week trending wetter once we lose some of the dust around, but not seeing signs of anything developing into a tropical storm or hurricane. Seas are going to be elevated in some spots. This is for today. Now going out in time, by the way, this is meters. That's feet on the right-hand side of your screen. This is tomorrow, a little bit choppy at times in the Caribbean. But once we get into Wednesday, you can see the Atlantic water starting to build as our next couple of tropical waves moving in. So early heads up as we work our way into Thursday. This here is Thursday. You see the Atlantic waters approaching the Caribbean. It is going to get bumpy, or it is going to get choppy, or seas are going to be elevated by the time we get into the end of the week. Eastern Caribbean and pushing off toward the Atlantic. Now, as far as the rain goes, here's Trinidad. You get toward Guyana, Suriname. Still some heavy areas of rain. 3-day rain total, so this is not all at once, but still a few spots. Northeastern Venezuela and Guyana, 100 to 150 millimeters of rain, or 4 to 6 inches of rain. And we're going to be on the edge of that in Trinidad and Tobago. We could see some rounds of rain, scattered showers and storms, but as you add it up each day, if some of the same spots get it, we could have a few spots that get 75 millimeters to 100 millimeters of rain in scattered showers and storms. Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Barbados, Martinique. We get from Dominica north, still not quite as much. This has been one of our spots that has been overall on the drier side. Ceiba over towards Statia, St. Martin, swinging back toward parts of St. Croix. But Puerto Rico back through the Dominican Republic, scattered rain and storms back through Cuba could give us a few downpours. Cayman Islands and Jamaica, not a lot, but there'll be a chance of a few isolated showers and storms. And then watching the northern and central Bahamas over toward New Providence could pick up 50 millimeters of rain or a couple inches of rain with those scattered showers. But here's Costa Rica, Panama, near Nicaragua. 3-day rain totals could be over 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain. I was just showing you that with a model. The repeat areas of rain, that will be a concern, and then elsewhere scattered, lifting up toward Belize, and then extra moisture through Mexico. And I mentioned some of that rain back through the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to get thrown back toward parts of central or south central Texas, South Texas, back over toward the Houston area, I should say. Some heavy areas of rain. Not seeing signs of development, but just monitoring. Now, as we swing to the north, only a slight chance of a shower today, Atlantic region of Canada, but watching that moisture, I was showing you this yesterday, building to the south, kind of pumps into our southern sections as we work our way into our Tuesday. So Nova Scotia on Tuesday could see a couple showers, and then we'll watch out for another surge of moisture late Wednesday into Thursday. The rain chance will be picking up in the Atlantic region of Canada. Now back to Jamaica. I showed you the rain totals, not super high. Not all of us get it, but a 30% chance of isolated showers and storms in the Cayman Islands, a 20 to 30% chance the next couple days. We get back toward Trinidad and Tobago. It's not all day stuff, but we're going to see the unsettled pattern. Keep me posted in the comments if you do get rain. That's why we have this weather community to kind of help track it, and we'll see if we get some repeat areas of rain to help monitor some of that flooding. And you see the rain chance a little higher tomorrow in Barbados and a little higher tomorrow in St. Lucia. St. Lucia tomorrow will be up to a 50% chance. Tuesday and Wednesday in Grenada, 60% chance, and a 50 to 60% chance tomorrow and Wednesday. St. Vincent the Grenadines. Rain chance tomorrow, 50% in Martinique, and a 40% chance in Dominica. both Tuesday and Wednesday. Rain chance gradually goes up some in Guadalupe at a 40% chance by midweek. Still generally low Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat on the low side, 20 to 30% chance as well. Anguilla in St. Bart's, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. Some of our locations, we need to get some rain. Puerto Rico, scattered storms, a possibility. Watching out for a few as well. U.S. and British Virgin Islands, rain chance about 50% across the Bahamas, northern and central Bahamas. That's where we have the better chance. Not as much southern Bahamas, and then back through the Turks and Caicos, only a 20% chance, but a 40 to 50% chance of scattered storms the next 2 days in the Dominican Republic. Haiti, an isolated shower storm, 30 to 40% chance as we work our way toward Belize. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, rain chance stays low, but it does pick up a touch. We could get that passing shower in Curacao. Not a guarantee, still mainly dry, but a slightly better chance. Guyana, watching out for some areas of flooding. Suriname, western sections, the better chance of rain. Some scattered thunderstorms possible in Cuba, 40% chance. And as we get back toward Costa Rica and Panama, that's where we could see some of those areas of flooding. Let me know your location and what you're getting or not getting in the comments. Nicaragua, 40 to 50% chance, and a 40% chance the next 2 days in Honduras. Rain chance in Guatemala, a little higher today. Same thing in El Salvador, mainly afternoon and evening thunderstorms around. Higher chance, elevated chance, Mexico City. Rain chance about 50% today, kind of scattered about 40-50%. The Yucatan of Mexico, northern Colombia, not much, more into central Colombia, and about a 30 to 40% chance in northern Venezuela, favoring northeastern Venezuela with that higher chance of rain. Bermuda, we are looking good. So starting to think ahead to the rest of the hurricane season. Monitoring La Niña, and that's not a great thing. That usually means an active season ahead. Plus, that is coupled with a very warm water temperature. So yes, that is definitely a concern. But as I mentioned, there are other variables in play. We need to see where these things will eventually go, the steering conditions, and some pockets of dust and dry air that we'll still have at times. So watching everything for you, got you covered. Be safe and have a good rest of your day.